the Chief Operating Officer at Rpharmy. Thank you for joining us for this week's Formweb in 15-minute webinar, where we'll discuss biosimilars. Before I hand it off to Laura and Charlene, I'd like to share the schedule for the recordings in the upcoming webinars. To view the recordings and to register for upcoming sessions, scan this QR code. Now, I'll hand it off to our CEO, Laura Paxton, and Customer Success Director, Charlene Kristen. Ladies, take it away.
Thank you, Caroline, and thank you all for joining us. Today, we're going to, as Caroline said, we're going to talk about biosimilars and how our clients are using Formweb to communicate their biosimilar information. And first of all, we're going to look at the Formweb site, just get reacquainted with it, knowing that Formweb is a formulary software that also has a medication safety resource center, or as some of our clients call it, a pharmacy resource center. On the right side, it's all about the pharmacy resource center and publishing your news. And on the left side of the screen, it's all about the formulary. And today, we're going to talk about biosimilars, and so we're going to look at these subcategories of listings for Formweb, and we're going to click on the biosimilar preference list. So if you're a client, you would have a list of all of your biosimilars here, and someone could click on it and very quickly see any medications that are on the list. On the right side of the screen, you can see your little short note on the information regarding that biosimilar. And since this is a demo site, we don't have a huge list, and it also allows us to look at every single one of these drugs so that you can see how our clients are communicating this information. So let's start with the first drug. Notice I'm not going to pronounce any of these drugs because I just don't even know how I would just destroy them. So here's an example of one of our clients and this drug, and you see the brands, the forms, the strengths. You see that this particular drug in this instance is non-formulary, and then we scroll down and we see how this client has chosen to communicate their biosimilar information. You can see the preferred list, the generic name, the brand name, all of this information, and then you can see a little bit extra information about their biosimilar preference list. Also notice with Formweb that you have the ability to link to any of your subscription drug information that you have, in addition to any information that's out in the public domain. And so we're going to go look at another drug. This one's very, very full of information. So this client actually decided to put in all of the drug names, the forms, the strengths. We can see which of these drugs are non-formulary, which are restricted, and you also have a little area to the right where you can put notes in. So we see what the preferred inpatient, what requires pre-approval, that sort of thing. And then we scroll down to the comments section, and you have a lot of information, extensive information that the client wants the end user to see. This information that you see here is also included if you have this inside your EHR. So within one click in your EHR, your end user can find this information very, very quickly. Notice this drug has a boxed warning, so we're going to link out to our Black Box RX site. We'll take you directly to the drug to see that. And then you have more information about the biosimilar preference list. This drug also has a REMS, and so we're going to link you out to the FDA site for the REMS information, and it's a restricted drug. So here's the biosimilar preference list, which takes us back to the list. So let's go look at the next drug. And this is just a different client. Notice that you've got the biosimilars that are non-formulary, you have the restrictions, and then you have the little notes that show which is the preferred inpatient, preferred outpatient, and then you see the brand names for the preferred. And then finally, here's our last one we're going to look at, and we see the brands, forms, and strengths. what's non-formulary, what's restricted, any notes. This one's interesting because you've got some financial information, very extensive information right there on the screen. And then this client actually links out to a document that they host in Formweb that gives more extensive information about that particular drug. So that is what I'm going to show in the biosimilar preference list. Charlene, tell me something. When you're dealing with our clients, what's the kind of feedback that you're hearing about biosimilars and the importance of having this information available?
Well, I think one of the beauties of Formweb is the community atmosphere. So they're wanting to know how other people are handling this, how they're conveying this information. And because we have the availability of different drug display layouts and how we present things, we can offer them the layout that best accommodates what they're needing to, the information they're needing to convey. So we have several people that don't use this particular table layout that you're displaying here. Several people just have a list of the drugs names, the brands, forms, and strengths, and aren't even aware that you can have columns and notes out beside. So they're very happy to find out that, hey, this is a possibility and I can do this, and it's an easy maintenance thing, and it's a one and done. The user just has to look at that drug and see all the information they need.
Are you seeing, as our clients learn that they can do this in Formweb and see examples of it, are you seeing that more and more of our clients are adopting this as a subcategory to show their biosimilars?
Absolutely, yeah. As biosimilars has really taken us by storm as far as, having to convey that information about what's preferred in what area. So outpatient may have a different preferred product than inpatient because the payer is paying differently for outpatient than they are for inpatient. And the payer themselves may have restrictions on what they're going to pay for and what they're not.
Oh, so this is one of those ways that Formweb could actually help someone save money.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect.
Sure.
Is there anything else you'd like to share about biosimilars before we let these good people get on with their day?
I don't think so. I see them growing like every day. I mean, it seems like at least once a month, especially denosumab, somebody's pushing out a new one. So it's crazy.
It's so interesting to me to see more and more of our clients communicating this information through Formweb. Of course, I love that. But anyhow, thank you so much, Charlene. And thank you all for joining us today. We look forward to our next meeting with you all where we're going to talk about therapeutic interchanges.
Thank you, everybody.